Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy from Indiana Pentecostal 23 on YouTube. Several of you guys who are friends with me on Facebook have seen the different buses that I own, and you've asked frequently, why haven't you posted any videos? Well, the answer to that is I'm not a really big video person, and all I really have to take videos with is my cell phone. Um, but because of popular demand, I will go ahead and make a couple of videos. Last time I made a couple of videos um, showing cold starts, if you will, on two of my buses, but we keep them plugged in, so I really don't consider that a cold start. But anyway, um, last night I posted this on Facebook. I didn't put anything on YouTube about it, but we had an issue with our smaller 2002 front engine Thomas, and that's basically the livelihood of my company because it has all of our pool stuff on it, all the tools, everything that we use. Um, and since we bought it back in March of 2013, we have had it in the shop. I can't even count on all of my fingers how many times it's been in the shop. Um, I've never had this many issues with a bus. All of my rear engines have never been in the shop. I've had one sensor issue on one of them. Since that's been taken care of, we haven't had any more issues. But with this tiny front engine, oh my goodness. I think I've put 4 digits worth of dollars into this thing, basically in all of its electronics. We've had a lot of electrical issues with the transmission and things like that. So anyway, it just got out of the shop 2 weeks ago, no, 3 weeks ago. We took it up to Curlin Bus, who those people are fabulous. If you guys need any bus repair, I highly recommend Curlin Bus Sale. But anyway, we took it up there because of an engine sensor issue. And last night when I did the video on the 2002 Thomas, um, the wonderful check transmission light came on out of nowhere. So I was a little bummed about that, just because like I said, we've spent thousands, literally thousands of dollars in keeping that bus on the road. In the past 6 months, we put 14,000 miles on that bus. So if that doesn't tell you, within a half of a year that we use that bus, we really use it a lot. So for it to go down, it kind of puts a damper, if you will, on our company and our livelihood. So, but anyway, there will be another video forthcoming. I actually fixed it today. hmm Yes, I fixed it today. Believe it or not, it was actually a plug that had came undone, and I will make a video anyway about that a little bit later on and kind of show you what's going on. But anyway, without further ado, I'll kind of walk around real quickly because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I have ADD, and if I watch a video more than like 5 minutes, my attention span is completely gone. So I will try to hurry, but without any further ado, here we go. Now, if I can only figure out how to flip this camera back around. Anyway, this right here is our 1999 Thomas. Um, this one came from Wayne Township. It's a 78 passenger max with 72 passenger seating. When we purchased it, it looked a lot like that one. It's still yellow. But shortly after purchasing it, we took it to Midwest Transit, had it professionally painted, and they did what I think is an outstanding job. It's going on pushing 3 years on its paint job. So we purchased this in July of 2012, maybe. Yeah, somewhere around there. But anyway, you can see that we've removed all the red lights because of per Indiana state law, we can't have any type of red lights. On the side of the bus, I don't know if you can really see it or not, but we don't have the stop arms. We have slow arms because these are perfectly legal to have, and we actually use these buses for a church ministry here locally in town. And these play, I think, a vital role in the safety of transporting those kids to and from church. So anyway, this is our blue Thomas. Won't go into too much more detail about it, but one of the additions we've added was that cross arm, that air-powered cross arm. That was pretty fun to put in. Anyway, over here is also a 1999 Thomas. Pretty much identical to the blue one. We actually bought it from a fellow down in Chattanooga, Tennessee, who bought this secondhand from a school district up here in Indiana, so it's actually back home in Indiana. And I purchased this back in July of this past year. We haven't yet done any real modifications to it besides adding the cross arm on the front, but it still has the red lights and the stop arms. But that forthcoming will be changed. So yeah, when we decide to get the bus painted, haven't quite decided if we want it to be identical to that one, or if we want to do something a little bit different to keep it different. Then over here is our helpful but troublesome child. This is our 2002 Thomas. This actually came from, I get this wrong every time I say it, but I think it's United High School District 211, something like that. There was 2 of these actually at Midwest Transit when we purchased them, and this was actually in the best condition. You can see it hasn't been painted, but we went ahead and replaced the ambers for now, crossed out the lettering. As a matter of fact, on the side there was an electronic Trans-Spec stop arm, and we replaced it with an air-powered slow arm, in part due with the Trans-Spec. Those are single-piece units, and we couldn't switch out the blades. So anyway, that's that. I'll kind of take you on board this parts bus so you can kind of see what we do with it. So here's the inside of the bus. Sorry for the bad visual. I know taking film with a cell phone isn't the best thing, but anyway, here's the inside of it. You can see we've taken out all the seats besides the one there. And typically when I travel over the road, I have a business partner that goes with me, so that's kind of her seat. My goal is in the future to replace that with like motor coach style seating, or possibly another air ride seat. My only issue with that though is having that wheel well there at the bottom, so there's not a whole lot we can do with that. But anyway, that's the only seat remaining besides the driver's seat. You can see that we've put a lot of shelving units inside the bus. This is particularly helpful. This particular shelf more so holds our personal equipment when we're traveling, like suitcases and whatever, you name it, is typically what we put on the shelf. But anyway, if we go back here, you can see that we have a lift. This lift has been so super helpful, lifting humongous 7.5 horsepower pumps onto the bus, just transporting any type of goods or anything that we have to service our pools clear over in Ohio with. And by the way, we're actually based in Indianapolis, and we service swimming pools all the way from Indianapolis clear over to Columbus, Ohio. So this literally is our road unit. So, but anyway, a lot of this stuff we need to get cleaned up, like the oil pans and everything. We're going to keep those stored somewhere else. But we do all of our oil changes in-house. I do have a hired mechanic that typically does a lot of that stuff. You can see a portable pool vacuum. We're probably going to part with that. We haven't really used it yet in 3 years that we've been in business, but who knows. You can see we installed this this mini pipe shelf, if you will. Comes in super, super helpful, and typically we have bungee cords. Well, there's one, you can't see into those wires, but the bungee cords do a good job at keeping those up there. And we have all these extension cords. They're pretty messy right now just because we've undone some of them to plug the buses in for the winter. But usually those are nicely reeled up and stacked there on the racks there. Come further back, we have a lot of our heavy-duty equipment, like our power washer, air compressor. We have a shop vac in the back. In the back. And then we have some chemicals. We usually don't keep a whole lot of chemicals on here because of hazmat type of things, but anytime we have to take a small amount of chemical to a pool, we'll usually just transport it here. So anyway, it's kind of messy, like I said, because after the season, whenever we close the pools up, we typically pack things in here pretty tight just to come home for the season. But here, this is kind of like our lifeguard training area. All of our first response bags and mannequins and everything go down here. This is kind of like our lifeguard training cabinet. Has all of our uniforms and everything on it. And then back here, you see these little machine things down there. Those are actually listed on eBay. So if anybody's interested, probably not because you don't know what they are, but those are listed on eBay. Those are actually computers that monitor pool chemistry and add chemicals automatically, so forth and so on. But I won't talk about that because the video is not about those. You can see all of our different parts. PVC. There's tons of PVC behind all of this. Over here is our tool cabinet, one of the best additions to the bus. And this, believe it or not, it's anchored to the floor with the actual anchors that held the seats in place. So it actually worked out pretty good. And then back here we have all of our different parts that we use on the pools. I won't go into what those are for, but up here's more. This shelving up here is more for the pool stuff. We've got several bus components down there, light bulbs, pigtails. There's just a ton of different things down there. And then kind of the same thing over here. This is more for the buses. Here we have a lot of switches, as you can see, a lot of Thomas switches that are interchangeable. Have some air compressor parts, a child checkmate system that we actually scrapped off in a previous bus that we have. We have a lot of electrical pieces up here. So anyway, as you can see, whenever we travel throughout Indiana and Ohio, this is like our bus, so whenever something happens mechanically, it really does put a hamper on things. So, but anyway, I think that's enough. It looks like we're going on 11 minutes of this video. So if you guys have any questions about these buses, feel free to ask. One of the most common questions we do get is what type of motor and transmission. This 2002 has a Cummins 5.9 24 valve with an Allison 2000 series transmission, and the other two buses have the Caterpillar 3126Bs with 3060 series transmissions. So, but anyway, I promise there's more videos forthcoming. Matter of fact, I will probably get ready to do a video on the little issue that I found with the smaller Thomas and the plug that saved our life, thinking we're going to have to tow this thing to a shop. But anyway, I'll do a video on that, and then I'll probably do, per Jared, he has faithfully asked the past several days if I would do a driving video of one of the rear engine Thomases, and I will try to get that done soon. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment or send a message. Happy New Year. Bye.